the anonymous group make this transformation of Frederick. It was before like this, and afterward is something like that. The last time I saw Frederick in this meeting room, it was a meeting with Black Lives Matter group. It was a seminar there, and many people were discussing this about racism in the art world and the dancing world and all these problems. And many of my friends of Black Lives Matters here in Denmark, they see black and brown lives matters, because I am not black, I am brown, you see, so I am included in the group. And we're looking at this figure, and we're joking actually. It's there. You can paint it black. And somebody was telling that we can steal it, because just take it, and we can steal it and transport it to Virgin Islands and make a big exhibition with Frederick there. I think it was a fantastic idea, but I was not involved there. It never happens because the animals came before and made this transformation. I like this name, Rematerializing Trust. You know, there can be a lot of discussions and scandals, and well-known people have accused her of. Actually, a well-known professor was calling her a terrorist and comparing her with the Taliban, who were destroying art in the world. Then, next, this. How did the Danish art community reacted for that? And now I know many people in the art community, to the right, to the left, and it was astonished. I was not astonished, but the more conservative. Some of them had been professors at the art academy. They were very close, very narrow-minded. They want to discuss. She has stolen something, she has to go to jail and pay for that. Finish discussion. And at the other end, the activists, the real activists, who prioritize more activists, they don't bother about art or artistic prestations. Of course, they were critical about this throwing to the water. Put a bomb and destroy everything, the house and the walls and things like that. This is kind of actions and activism, so you can see it. So, but what was the more surprised, people in the middle, that I know very well, well reflected, close, they have a lot of problem accepting this action. The reasons of that and things like that. I was completely surprised. I was surprised one of them contacted me, a very influential person, and asked me, since I know, probably I know many in this anonymous group, I don't know who they are, but probably they know me, and they asked me, first they asked me if I was a member of the group. I said, I'm sorry, I would have liked to be a member, but they did not ask me. And they were asking me for names. Probably you know them. They were asking and said, names? I don't know. But this I knew it. I won't tell you. Why did you? I was very angry about him. What? You don't ask these things to a honorary person like me. So I was very surprised, but especially people in the middle who I imagined they were more clever, more thinking and things like that. Next one. I am a mathematician. And mathematicians have many areas. And the branch of mathematics I love is topology. Topology, you haven't learned topology in the school because the mathematics that you learn in school is horrible. It has nothing to do with mathematics, actually. It's more applied, you know? You make a calculator, so still you know why you are doing these things. But topology is probably a branch of mathematics that are more close to art. You don't have dimensions. You don't have numbers. You don't have equations, algebra. You don't have geometry. Euclides is non-existing in these things. What you have is shapes and forms. Shapes and forms and a plasticity that smoothly can transform from one shape to another. A beautiful theorem in topology is that the cup is equal to the cup. I love this theorem. Why? It's very simple, because you can transform this cup. Imagine plastic, and you move, and then you will get a note, and vice versa. This vice versa is very important in mathematics. You do it one day, and why? Because it has a hole. Only one hole. In this sense, this guy, Frederick, is equal to this perimeter lines, because there is no hole there. So in principle, is the word using plastic, I can transform the one to the other. If you were in court with the judge, I would have tried to explain the judge this collection of a topological volume. Once, you know, this is, Katrina showed it, this is a little model. Actually, I don't know who has done, but I imagine some of them has done, some people who are doing this thing. So, and once I was in an exhibition now first I will tell you, with my children and grandchildren, we have a game. When we finish eating, we play, we scrap, a little scrap to win something. And there's a ritual, we play with the stone, the sacks, and the paper, and the one who wins gets first the prize, and then we start erasing. And then one day, I was a lucky one. The rule is more than something you share it. Under something you keep it for you. Then I got 500 crowns. Oh my goodness! And then I was a good grandfather. Okay, kids, we share it. And the youngest grandchild said, no, we don't share it. You made the rules, and the rules say to keep it for yourself. Find something you like, something you are missing, buy it for yourself. Okay? And then you say, okay, I said this. So you good for yourself. Anyway, I accepted the rules, and I went to Overgel. My dear friend Nana and Elisa were making a very nice exhibition about their project in Norway and all these things. And then what I see, you could buy it in the shop, this sculpture. And then I went and said, what is the price? 500 crowns. Oh! What a coincidence. I start believing in God, thanks God to God in this direction. So I have this, and this sculpture is in the shelf. I have seen them every morning, getting my breakfast and looking at the sculpture. Sometimes I turn it a little to the left. I am a visual poet, visual artist, and I have to look to the other side. I say, very interesting. Next one. I have put a little African, le penseur, African penseur studying this sculpture. And then when I was preparing this lecture, I discovered something fantastic. I make a modification of the materialized sculpture. And it's there. I could see a screen of it. I could see this desperation. And I was very much touched. Why? Because, and this is why I identify with this thinking guy. My grandmother from my father's side was a mulatto lady, and her ancestors were slaves in the northern part of Peru. They were boats in the Caribbean. At that time in the Caribbean, they had markets. Owners of the plantation of the sugar in the north, they had gone there and bought some. Their sister and my grandmother went there, but actually they were coming from Ghana. This is the Ghana connection. And in the stories about this transportation, if somebody got sick, they would throw out to the water, even they were not dead, to avoid contagions, to avoid things, and they have no ability to cure any kind of disease. So some of my ancestors has been in this situation, being thrown to the water and screaming because they were not dead actually. So thank you, Katrina. We're getting very close now. And when I make a performance, I always make a present. This is why I am always invited to make performance. Oh, this is no. This is mine. This is mine. But you get. Wow.